want to say anything on this, but it's what the people want. That's what I came here for. So we're gonna get into it. I like my coffee black, wife too. Don't turn this to no controversy. It's my boo. I can make $250,000 off a haiku, and I can make another quarter off it times two. If it's money on the table, I'll be on it like Bobby or Epic. You peep the aesthetic, it's hard to forget it. I hear you talking, but you're hardly right. I'm the voice of your prototype. Summertime and then why? Summertime and then why? It's too cool. Keep the dry tops out. Summertime and then why? If it fits right. Bottles over here. Summertime and then why? Summertime and then why? I'm talking 6 a.m. tea times. 18 with the mayor talking land banks. I waited for it, gotta get mine. Snag a seat up at the table if my man can't. Head into a meeting worth $1 million with no briefcase. Just my mind in a free state. I got a plan through a vision, but it takes time. I'ma make mine. Summertime and then why? Yeah. Summertime and then why? Yeah. You know the drill by now. Summertime and then why? Get everything together, get the squad together, get the gang together. Summertime and then why? Summertime and then why? Started in the back office, now I run the front. Call the shots, make the deals, know the deal, know what's up. Too much for the books, then I put it in a tuck. Too much for the tuck, then I give it to my love. Once I make $1 million, man, $1 million won't be enough. Watch you fake the struggle while I get it off the hush. Now it's JetBlue miles, Rolex dials, frowns turn to smiles. Summertime and then why? Now as it comes to an end. Summertime and then why? And the falls and falls. I want you to bring that energy. Summertime and why? And run that thing back. Yeah. Until next year. Summertime and then why? Yeah. And why? Summertime and then why? Yeah. Be gone.
Yo, 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 yo. It's your boy JD, aka Mr. December. Come on in. Come on in, y'all. We got a great show lined up for y'all tonight. I promise you, you won't be disappointed. Y'all vibe with me. Don't forget to like the video. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. We about to get into it, y'all. I know y'all want to see my face. Here I am. Yo, what's going on, everybody? It's your boy JD, aka Mr. December. And we are back with another video, yo. We got a good show lined up for y'all tonight. And I got, one of my brothers left the building. But I got another strong brother in the back, y'all. I am going to bring up my man Love. Oh, there he is. We're going to bring up Love Crossing Borders, Mr. Andre. Say
What's
something.
up? Hey, people, hey, everybody. Hope everybody's having a great day so far. We're going to have a great time tonight.
Yeah,
we're going to have
man.
a great time tonight.
We're going to have
I can actually take my glasses off. I don't have to read the stream. I'm on somebody else's show. I don't have to read the comment section or nothing.
Yeah, you good, man.
Sit back and relax.
Just relax, man. And if you want to read the comments, you can. You don't have to. We're gonna bring them up on the screen, man. But thank you so much for joining us, man. If y'all have not subscribed to Andre's channel over at Love Crossing Borders TV, y'all please go do so. The link is in the description. Yo, and before I give Andre a chance to tell us a little bit about himself, we're going to bring up the one and only Pastor Rob. What's up, man?
There we go.
We're you on mute, Doc.
What's going on, man? How y'all doing on tonight?
We're doing all right, brother.
Yes, sir.
Glad to be on here, man. Glad to be on here, Doc.
Oh, yeah. We glad to be here, man. And I can hear everybody loud and clear. I can see everybody loud and clear. So, Andre, man, do us a favor and tell us a little bit about your channel, man, and what you got going on.
All right. We got several channels. We got Love Crossing Borders. We got Andre Wallace TV. We got Travel Unraveled. And we got Mostly Money TV. Each one of our channels have different formats. But the main one is Love Crossing Borders, where we help people find love across borders or fall in love with the borders that they cross. In other words, international relationships with either themselves, with somebody that they've met, or with the location. So, because sometimes people go to locations and they aren't necessarily looking for love. They may want to live the bachelor or bachelorette life, but they want to fall in love with the location. So we help them to transfer or relocate to that location with ease, with as much ease as possible. So that's what our channels are dedicated to.
I like it a lot. Well, Pastor Rob has been with us for several weeks now, and y'all, we're going to get right into the conversation. This is a male-centric conversation, but everybody can get something out of it, right? So we're going to talk about this from both sides tonight. Y'all are looking at the title, you're looking at the thumbnail. We're talking about how to properly vet, right? If you are looking for a spouse, potential spouse, right? Now, notice I didn't say a boyfriend. I didn't say a girlfriend. No. I didn't say a little whoop-de-whoop. You understand what I'm saying? We're in the business of trying to get married over here. So
that's right.
Let me go around. I want to start with my man Andre. What do you think now is the main problem in our community as far as marriage? What do you think is going on?
Me personally, I use this concept. It's an old school concept that our grandparents used when it came to looking for the right spouse, whether it be male or female, for the son or the daughter. And the concept is who her people is. Who her people is. We forgot about who her people is. I've never forgot about that. That's how I got my wife, who her people is. And remember when your little sister would bring, or your niece, or even you would bring a female to the house, and grandma and sons would say, well, who her people is? Well, who your people is, boy? And say, my last name is Taylor. Are you on a Taylor on that side of town or that side of town? Well, my last name Taylor, my daddy and granddaddy on that side of town. And he might be the nicest young man. And as soon as he walk out the door, grandma like, don't bring that boy back over here.
Right.
He one of them Taylors. He seems like a nice young man, but I know his daddy, I know his uncle, and your family told whether you came from a good background and what type of people the rest of your family is going to deal with. even though you were a good person. So when I came here to Colombia, when it came to looking for my wife, the only thing that I said was who her people is. I didn't focus on whether she was sexy. I didn't focus on whether she was nice or sweet, because you'll find people like that no matter where you go. But if they don't come from a good family, you're going to be dealing with family issues from a good woman. You're going to be dealing with family that's got to deal with your family. So always remember that who her people or who his people is. And I think we've gotten away from that as a culture, as Black people. And that's one of the things that's kind of haunting us in our community. But once we get back to kind of like examining the families that we're looking for that person to come from, I think that's going to help us in regards to making our choices. It's not a perfect science, but it's a better science, and it's an old school science that seemed to work for our families when we were married at 80%.
Right. I agree, man. That's good. That's good stuff, man. So you're actually in Colombia right now.
Oh yeah, I've been living here 5 years.
5 years, wow. And that's where wait, let me go back to it. That's where my man's currency is coming from. Get those likes up. Thank y'all. Thank you so much, brother, for the super chat. Y'all get those likes up. Y'all heard the man. Get the likes up. Get the engagement up. So, Pastor Rob, let me ask you, man. I want to ask you the same question. What do you think one of the main problems is when it comes to marriage?
Well, like I always say, people looking for the right things in the wrong places. Number one. Number two, as my brother just said, you need to know who his or her people are, because that's going to play a big part. And even in my first marriage, if I would have known really who her people really were, I probably would have put myself in that position. Because sometimes in life, or when you marry someone, if you don't know their background, like if I would have known my ex background, right? Their family were basically leeches. You know what I'm saying? They were looking at what I had or what my family had or the name of my family back in Birmingham. So they were looking at what they can gain from this potential marriage or relationship that was going on. And I'm going to tell you, it caused me HELL in the long run. Right. So men and women, you got to be, number one, men, it's your job to find your wife. Let's get that right. It's your job to find your wife. Your wife shouldn't be looking for you. You should be finding her and asking the right questions. You see what I'm saying? And don't, like you said, don't always go out what's on the outside, because what's on the outside it will fool you. It's all about what's on the inside and really getting to know what you're getting yourself into. But we have got away from that because nowadays men are looking for that perfect outside figure. You know what I'm saying? They want that Coca-Cola bottle shape, or the person that she's making six figures or this and that. So you have to be careful, because what looked good to you is not always good for you, and that's the problem.
That's deep, man. That's deep. Let me hit it one time. Did you have something you wanted to add to that, Andre?
He's absolutely correct in regards to. I'll sit back and think about here while he was speaking. I was thinking about in the States, if you go for the Coke bottle or the sexy woman, for the most part, you walk away with your feelings hurt. Here in South America, you might not walk away. You walk up on the right woman, on the wrong woman, that she got the look, she got the eyes, she's got the big curly afro that you like, she's got the dimples, she got the whole look, whether it be Brazil, Colombia, Argentina, she's Venezuelan, Uruguay, and you come across the wrong one, and she could play the game for months, and you'll wake up one morning, everything is gone. Everything is gone. And there are men that have actually lost their lives here in Colombia on a regular basis to women that drug them and take everything. So a lot of guys come down here. And that's why I say I'm old school. Who her family is. If she cut from that side of town, I was like straight. Oh, she from the east side. Oh, I don't mess with east side women. So I just automatically alleviate a whole slew, and then I narrow it down to the family. And when I see the family, I just like the brother said, now I know, okay, my wife's family own land over here. Okay, it's what time of day it is. Okay, everybody working. The only people at home are the kids and grandmama. Okay, cool. Check. They're very close. Okay, let's see how long these people been married. Okay, mom and dad been married 30 years. Her grandmother was married 30 years. Okay. The other one is over here. They've been married 27 years. There's a 21-year-old marriage on this. Okay. These are married people. So, okay, let me narrow that down. Okay. So all these things entail, let me know that they, okay, who owns property? Okay. They own Andre's mom and dad. They own their property. Okay. Who went to college? Okay. She went to college. We got another college graduate over there. Andre and her brother just got done graduating. Okay. Cool. All these things allowed me to look past the fact that my wife was just beautiful and that she was articulate and that she was charming. But a lot of men don't do that, whether it be here in South America or in North America. And like I was just mentioning, I'm going to close out with this. In North America, you just may walk away that the sexy woman broke your heart. In South America, you might not walk away because she didn't put something in your drink, or she didn't put something on her body part and you didn't licked it off or tasted it off. And next thing you know, they took your body back home.
Andre, are you trying to tell me that every brother that tries to go across borders should be careful and don't know what they're doing? Is that what you saying?
Oh, every day, JD, every day there is a new article that somebody's saying that, hey guys, if you see this girl, she did that, she did this, she took this, she took that, blah blah blah. Every day, every week, at least 3 brothers come down here and they get got. Every week, it does not fail because they don't follow the pattern of what we gentlemen such as we are following. You know, be careful. Look for who they are. I always say, if they have nothing to lose, don't mess with them. She ain't got no car. She ain't got no responsibility. She ain't got no job. So if she hang out with you, she ain't got nothing to lose. Oh man, let her go.
Oh yeah.
She has no job. She has no bank account. Here in Colombia, your job is connected to your bank account because they calculate your taxes through your direct deposit in the bank account. So like in up north, in the North America, they take the taxes out of our check. In South America, they give you the whole check and it goes directly to your bank account. Then at the end of the year, they calculate your bank account for taxes. Well, if you got a woman that ain't got a bank account, that's because she ain't got a job, because you can't open up a bank account in Colombia or most places in South America without a job. So if you got to be a Western Union poppy, that means that the girl that you poppying with, she ain't got no job.
Wow. Let me hit it one time.
Yeah. Somebody got something that they can lose, you know?
I hear you, man. And, you know, just like that old saying goes, sometimes the grass is not greener on the other side, right? But I'm glad that you found what you were looking for and you good, man. So you don't have any plans of coming back, huh?
Oh, no, man. We about to move to Portugal in 2024. We're about to head there for 4 months. We're actually heading to Cuba in August for a week. Then we're heading to Rio for 2 weeks in November. Because here in South America, once you get your ID, it's called a cédula. It's called a cédula. It's your social security card and your ID combined. To where in the States we have it separate. Here they have the same thing. But the cool part is, among the 12 countries in South America, once you have that cédula, I no longer have to use my American passport, because the countries have a treaty, a business treaty. And I could just go to that. I can go to Brazil, open up businesses, stay there as long as I want, buy property, then shoot over to Ecuador and buy, do whatever I want to do, shoot on down to Argentina, wherever I want. It's a treaty that they have with each other that they've had for years, and it helps continue to generate business among South America. So I don't have to go to one country, show my American passport. All I have is my Colombian ID, which is also / social security number. I have my credit cards down here. So I have a credit line down here. I just got my first credit card. I have my driver's license down here. Just bought a 2020 Equinox a year ago. We don't, now we're looking at property to buy down here to rent and Airbnb, and then we are headed to Europe.
Man, that's what I'm talking about. That is dope, man. Listen, your channel has the right name. Love Crossing Borders. Your channel has the right name, brother. But yeah, man. So I think everything that both of you all said is on point, and I think that part of the problem with the marriage rate in our community today, I say this a lot, but I think it has a lot to do with social media, man. And the reason why I say that is because uh, it gives us so much more access to so many different people and so many different lifestyles, whether it be real or fake. You understand what I'm saying? And I think that a lot of our people are chasing things that aren't even real, man. Because back in the day, it used to be you didn't have access to anybody unless they were on your block or down the street from you, in your neighborhood, went to your church. But now, just at the tip of your fingers, you have access to just about the whole world. And let's just be honest, especially women, right? Because if a woman is fine enough, you can DM your favorite celebrity and you might get a response back. And then you might get flued out. You just might. And I also think that with having so much more access to so many different people, I think that women get so much more attention to where they think that they oftentimes have more options than what they really have. You understand what I'm saying? Because let's just be honest. We live in a society where people are doing anything for clout these days. You understand what I'm saying? And a lot of ladies will let the clout go to their heads, right? Oh, well, I got this one in the background. He's doing this, or I got him. He's telling me I'm beautiful every day, and da 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 da. But in all actuality, those men that are in the DMs are probably not women, men that they would go for all the time, right? So I think that our sense of reality is skewed. I think that Hot Girl Summer has messed things up a little bit. And I told y'all we're going to talk about both sides. And I think that men need to step up and be real men now. You understand what I'm... Wait a minute. Wait.
And then we had that talk. We had that talk, man.
We Roll Tide fans over here fishing spot reviewer. Let me hit it one more time. Thank you so much for joining us, man. It's all love, brother. Thank you for joining us, man. But I think that men need to step up and be men and become the men that women say that they want, right? And vice versa. But look here, man. Look. Roll Tide. I don't know. Y'all, what are y'all doing? Roll Tide or nothing. Roll Tide or nothing. Y'all ain't got it yet. Gab got it. Gab got it. Roll Tide. But I think that men need to start becoming more of the men that women want, and vice versa. Women need to become more of the women that men want. Okay. Now we're talking about vetting. Okay. Now Andre gave us some good things. Pastor Rob gave us some good things about who your people are, right? And I would also suggest that men, if you're vetting a lady to be your wife, I would suggest that in addition to looking at the family, you need to look at how she treats her father. Look at how she treats the father, and look at how she views the men in her family. Look at the type of men in her family. Look at what she's used to seeing, and if the men in her family are solid brothers. You understand what I'm saying? Because if you're looking in her family and you don't see nothing but Pookies and Ray Rays, then that might be, y'all know what that is, right? That's the red flag sound. That's the red flag sound. If you go around her family and you see a bunch of women talking about men ain't sugar honey iced tea, that might be a red flag. You understand what I'm saying? But you know what? It's interesting because I got something that I want to share with y'all, right? I'm going to share my screen and we're going to read this, okay? And we're going to go through it, and I want y'all to tell me what y'all think. And I want y'all to chime in the comments. Shout out to Celebrity. Daphne is a great content creator over on IG and YouTube as well. So y'all go check her out whenever y'all get a chance. So check this out. This is a text message thread. It says, "Hey, babe, Saturday is my mom's birthday celebration, and I want you to come." Sounds like he's vetting, right? And she says, "Really, babe?" With the little heart emojis and everything like that. "I get to meet your parents? Yay! How should I dress, love?" So this is the first time that she's meeting the parents, right? Okay. And he says, "Formal. All my family will be there. This is a big step for me. They never met any of my girlfriends." So he's trying to get serious with her, right? So she says, "Wow, don't make me cry." "Wow, don't make me cry." And he says, "It's true." And then she says, "I have a nice dress for the occasion. If you come over tonight, I'll show you." Now, sounds like she's excited. And if I was this brother, I'd be excited too. Let's keep going. Now, watch this. Watch this. Y'all pay attention. Everybody pay attention. "Can you please not wear colored hair and the heavy makeup? You're beautiful with your natural brown hair and you don't need a lot of makeup. My parents is old school." And then she, wait, what? Wait, what? "Babe, what does the hair I wear and makeup have to do with meeting your folks?" So now she's getting a little bit defensive. Can y'all feel a shift in the conversation? And he says, "Babe, my parents get on my sis when she wears the colored wigs and heavy makeup. They think it's ghetto. I want them to meet the real you is all. I'm not trying to upset you, just asking." All right? What did she say? "The real me is wearing what the I like." So basically, your parents are judgmental. Does your mom wear wigs? So now, just because he says to her his parents are old school, why do they have to be judgmental? Let's keep going. "Why does it matter if she wears wigs? They match her real hair, babe. Is not the same." "But she wear them. That ain't the real her, right? She covers her real hair with a fake wig, right? So you're telling me to wear my natural hair while your mom wear wigs." All right, here comes the gaslighting, the shame, the insults, the guilt, and the need to be right. He says, "If you remember, I told you last year my mom was sick. She had cancer. That is why she wears wigs." Wow. "You know what? It's okay. You don't have to come." Then she says, "Shake my head. You should have told me it was cancer. Now you're trying to make me feel bad."
Bruh.
"Now I'm the bad girlfriend. If I can't be myself around your family, I don't want to ever meet them. I'm not faking for anyone, babe." "I didn't have to tell you those details about my mom. You wore your natural hair for that administrative assistant job, right?" because you knew the colored hair would be a no-go, but you can't do it for me. Wow, that was for a job. It's not the same. Maybe it ain't time for me to meet your family. I'm not changing my hair or makeup, period. Okay, then. All right. Now, I want to suggest that this is a big part of the vetting process, right? And I bet this brother is actually glad that he had this experience with her, early on before she even got a chance to meet the folks, right? Andre, Love Crossing Borders TV. What do you think about this, man?
I think he was dead wrong, 100% wrong. No sugar, no how can I meat byproducts, no artificial flavor, no artificial coloring. He was wrong. Notice that he said that, or she mentioned that a year ago. That means that they've been together for a hot minute and she's been wearing that hair like that. If you met her like that, you hadn't been man enough to encourage her prior to like that. But then when you it's time for a reason for you in regards to your parents to try to be a man and encourage her, it's too late, brother. You've been with this woman almost 2 years now. So for you to sit up there and accept her with all the hair color and all the good love and all the good cooking and all the good conversation, and she wearing purple, gray, off-white, pink, she wearing every Skittles color she can. Because obvious he hadn't been uncomfortable with it. He tried to put the weight on what is my parents. But at the end of the day, it probably had always been him. And so now he has an excuse to try to use the parents as the gateway to get her from that being here or being in a style that he may not have been comfortable with. And let's say he was comfortable with it. At the end of the day, he knew what type of woman that he was going to be with and be introducing his parents to. And I'm appalled with him again. You're telling me out of all the women that you've dated in a lifetime as a man, the best that you could bring before your parents is a woman that's been wearing Skittle hairstyle for over a year. That's the best you can do. You tell me that's the best that you can date in the United States. You can find any other that was better than that. So while I'm listening to the scenario, I'm pulling the curtain back and I'm thinking like this brother was wrong all the way. Now, would I date a woman like that? No. So therefore, that scenario would have never started. It would have never unfolded. And she would have never had to be disappointed. She could have moved on and found somebody that did appreciate her style and her look or her image. But to sit up here and pretend like this is something that you're comfortable with and you weren't, he's wrong about that. He's really wrong. And to act like the best that you could have pulled off in life to bring before your parents and bring before the foot of your parents is somebody that's wearing hairstyles like that you don't even agree with, he's wrong.
Right. Now, see, that's why I got these brothers up here, man, for these different perspectives. And I do agree with you, Andre, because you can't go into a relationship expecting to change somebody, right? And anytime that you think that you're going to be able to change somebody, it's it's a recipe for disaster, right? Now, here's where men get messed up at a lot of times. Sometimes we like that stuff because it's fun, right? But then when it's time to get serious, we want them to flip the script. If you go for the type of women that are serious in the first place, then you wouldn't even have this problem, right? I'm going to just put it out there. Ladies, we talk about the men that are up here. We talk about the men that are down here. Men that are up here don't typically like all of the bright colored hair, the like Gab said, the skittled hairstyle. Men don't typically like that. And let's just be honest, it might sting a little bit, but when some men see that, Future.
She belongs to the streets.
That's what some men think about sometimes, right?
But
go ahead.
I got one more point before Pastor speaks. I want to hear what he has to say. It also goes back to him on the fact of how you carry yourself as a man. I give you a perfect example. Women of a certain life, because I carry myself as a man and not a male.
Oh no. We lost you, Andre. Please come back. Please come back, Andre. This was getting good. While Andre's connection is coming back, Pastor Rob, go ahead. What do you think?
Well, I'm gonna say this, man. Number one, what took a year for him to even try to introduce her to his family? Because when you know, you know. I'm just gonna be honest. It's not rocket science. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
When you know, you know. It don't take a whole year for you to introduce someone to your parents. I'm just gonna be honest with you, right? Now, was he wrong for saying, "Oh, babe, don't wear this color hair"? Well, brother, she's been wearing it for a year, and you ain't had a problem with it. You know what I'm saying? If you had a problem with it, then guess what? You should have said something. Now, on her standpoint, she should have had a problem. Number one is, baby, why I ain't never met your parents? Way before a year. She should have had a problem with that. You know what I'm saying? So that tells me in so many words, he's keeping you a secret for a reason. If you never met anyone in his family, he's keeping you for a secret. So, both of them is right and wrong in the same manner. You know what I'm saying? So you have to be careful. You know, so even with my significant other, I mean, I'm not ashamed of her. You know, and you should not be ashamed of someone that you're with if you're with them for the right reason.
Right. I agree 100%. Now, let's throw something else in the gumbo pot. You said it right. If that's how he met her, he has no right to try to change it.
That's it.
I can see him asking to tone it down to meet his parents. That's different. But let me throw this in the gumbo pot. If she's willing to tone it down for a job, and if she's willing to tone it down for a paycheck, are you not willing to do it for love either? We got Andre back in the house, man. I'm sorry about that. I don't know what happened, but go ahead and finish your thought.
Could have been me too. Oh, as I was saying that, as we were talking about men need to start being men again. A part of how I knew that I was walking in true manhood is that certain groups of women didn't gravitate to me. My essence, my aura does not attract LaQuanda, Lakeisha, and the women that roll their heads and their necks. And I don't attract twerkers. I don't attract women with attitudes. I don't attract the modern woman with the mouthy. I don't attract that. My manhood doesn't attract that. And women with the multicolors, I don't attract those women. They walk past me, I walk past them. I don't care if she's the sexiest thing on 2 feet. She'll never get my energy or my attention. And since my energy says that, when he initially approached her or she approached him, his manhood should have ricocheted off it like a magnet. She should have been like, you're not my type. Or he should have been, that's not my type. This scenario should have never unfolded and took place. And that's a part of developing the true essence of a man, to where certain type of women, no matter where you go in this world, do not even gravitate to you. You're Jupiter. They're the moon. You see where I'm going? You're the sun. You're the earth. And so when they're just a mountain, and I'm not saying it in an egotistical way. What I'm saying is that when you walk in your manhood, the universe knows the way God sets the universe up. The universe knows that like attracts like. And if you're nothing like those type of women, then you won't attract those type of women, because one of the laws of attraction is like attracts like. And so for him
Right.
to sit back and attract that type of a woman, that makes me question him, not her, because a man that's like her would be attracted to her and wouldn't judge her and wouldn't ask her to do things that's not about her, because that's what he's into. But a man like me, she and I we could be cool as friends or associates or laughing space partners. But as far as she could be the sexiest thing, and that would be the biggest turn off to me: the weed, the wig, the hair colors, and all that. Because my essence doesn't attract that. I can't take you to the fundraiser. I can't take you to the mayor's ball. You ain't about to meet my pastor, not with that in your head. And since my energy says that before we even meet, that's what I'm saying. Your energy as a man should say certain things to women before you even say one word. And if your energy says that Aisha, Laquanda, Keisha, and all the rest of them Ishas have the ability to walk up to you or attract you, you need to say, what do I need to change about my essence to make women like that be uncomfortable in my presence? And it
Man, you
doesn't take an
light them
ego
up.
thing to be like that. It doesn't take ego or bravado. It just takes being the real man, and they notice that's a real man.
Listen, Andre, you hit it on the head, because over here in spaces like these, we want to encourage men to be the best versions of themselves, right? You already know that's what we're trying to encourage to do. On the other side, with the ladies, men and women can both learn from this. What is it about me that's attracting what I'm attracting? You have to be able to be honest with yourself, look on the inside, and do the self work, right? Because what's on the inside will reflect what's on the outside, right? And I think that too many people, men and women alike, are too comfortable with being where they are and being stuck where they are, when it's so much more room for you to evolve. It's so much more room for you to grow. And listen, I think somebody got mad at me, when I told them a couple months ago, hey, she was asking me, yo, like, JD, I keep getting this kind of man and da 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 da. And I said, well, what is it about you to keep attracting them? Because you're well past your 30s. You understand what I'm saying? You, at this point, you are what you attract. I didn't hear anything back. You understand what I'm saying? But it was a point in my life I had to do the self work, right? And when we do the self work on the inside and people show you who they are, you cannot be afraid to walk away. Pastor Rob, come on back with it, man.
Well, sometimes walking away can be a hard thing for people because they're comfortable in the state that they're in, and they're comfortable with the people that they're with. And I said this plenty of times that sometimes people grab hold of things that don't belong to them, but they just want to hold on to it because of status value. Some people are getting married just to say, hey, I'm married. You know what I mean? And it's not about that, because marriage is a full-time job. And are you willing to put in the work for that? You see what I'm saying? So it's just like when I go to work every day, do I love what I do? Or am I there just to get a paycheck? You see what I'm saying? So some people treat marriage just like, you know what, I'm just fit to just go through it because this is what I have to do. No, that is not what you have to do. You don't have to be with that man just to say you got a man. You don't have to be with that woman just to say that, you know what I'm saying? I got a woman by my side. You see what I'm saying? And stop missing out on your blessing, holding on to just to have status quo. That's not how it should be. You know, so let stuff go so you can actually get what? Watch this. What God has for you. Man, the Bible say it is not good for man to be alone. That's what the Bible say. But you have to seek him first. You see what I'm saying? Seek him first. He will lead you to the person you need to be with. And guess what? You may have to go through some uncomfortable times to get what he has for you. But are you willing to put in the work and stop being comfortable in the shape that you're already in? Stop settling. We got to stop settling for stuff that you shouldn't settle for. You know what I'm saying? Stop staying with Pookie because you got 3 kids for Pookie. You see what I'm saying? Stop doing that. It's not worth it. Because in the long run, you're going to be miserable in the long run. That's why the domestic violence is so high right now. Because people staying in relationships that you should not even be in. So men and women, get yourself out of that point and just seek God, and he will lead you to where you need to be.
And another point too, if you can't picture bringing a young lady home to your parents without you having to put out a prerequisite first, that's a red flag. If you got to tell your lady, yo, you know, you might not want to wear that green wig to my parents' house. You understand what I'm saying? You might not want to have nails this long. You know, can you not do that? That's not who you need to be with. You know, in the beginning, if that's not what you like, you understand what I'm saying? If you think that your folks are gonna have a problem with it, and you need her to tone it down, then that's not who it is for you. Now,
but
go ahead.
at the same time, that may be what they like, but they don't want their parents to know that's what they like. Think about it that way. They're putting on that front for their parents because they don't want their parents to really know what they like.
But if you're in a situation to where you're trying to vet for a spouse, if you gotta hide part of your spouse from your family, I mean, you gotta mesh with families too, right? You understand what I'm saying? So I mean, if you gotta hide, hey, you know, I like this about her, but I don't want y'all to know that. I think that's problematic.
But you're not marrying a family; you're marrying her.
True.
You see what I'm saying? So you can't be ashamed if that's who you truly love. That's what you like. That's what you like, right? But you should not be ashamed of her either, or you should not be ashamed of him. You see what I'm saying? So if you don't want your family to know this type of person you like, then I mean that's really on you. You see what I'm saying? You fooling yourself now. You see what I'm saying? So if my parents don't like who I'm married to, guess what? I'm marrying her, not you. You see what I'm saying? I'm not here to try to make you happy. I got to make sure that I'm happy. And that's what we have to remember as well, too.
And that goes back to what we all discussed earlier and what the topic is. It's all about the definition of your manhood. And if you sit back and you define your manhood, if you can't be a man and interact with your parents as an adult and let them know that these are the type of people or type of woman that I enjoy, what does that say about your manhood? If you can't like I said in that story, he had been with her over a year because they were talking in the story. She was talking about things that happened the prior year. Well, a year ago this, or a year ago that. So they've been together long enough to where if he felt comfortable enough to be with her all that time, and she was treating him well, no matter how she looked, but he was a man enough to come to his parents, there we go again. We got these pseudo men out here that claim the title of the MAN because of genetics, because of your DNA, your chromosomes. But when it comes to manhood behavior, there's a time period that you have to just step up and be a man. The old saying, be a man about it, man up about it, and just let your parents know, like, listen, I need to talk to you guys. I've been dating somebody for about a year. She's like this, she's like that. I know she may not be the type of person that you guys may not imagine me with, but I really like her and she's a really good person. And I want to bring her around you guys and let you guys meet her. Do not judge her because you're gonna, that's gonna disappoint me as your son. Be a man about it. Sit down with your dad. Sit down with a beer with your dad, or sit down with a glass of water with your dad and say, Dad, I need to talk to you about something. I'm going to bring somebody over through the house, and I know mom might not agree with her hairstyle. How should I handle this? Well, you know your mama. That's why I'm asking you, Dad. All this should be done in advance before that young lady comes over. All this, so the parents don't have a sticker shock. A real man knows his parents, so I know my parents, so they don't have a sticker shock and they don't look crazy. I'm a girl. I'm gonna go ahead and have a conversation with them. So when my girl come over, she doesn't even know any of this took place. That's once again a man providing and protecting and giving peace. That's what I always say. Our job as men, the definition of husband in its original language means gardener. You and I who are married are gardeners. The definition of wife means life, or the photosynthesis, or the sunlight that gives life to the garden. Or the garden being the family, the unit, whatever it is that has to do with the family. But the man, excuse me, guys, the man is the gardener. And if you cannot take the weed of a situation out before it takes place, what are you doing with a ring on your finger? Or what are you doing? You need to leave him alone because he ain't got ring ability. He ain't the Lord of the Ring. He is not the Lord of the Ring. Every dude with a ring does not mean that he's Lord of the Ring. I hope women start to realize that, because a real man would have protected her, protect, provide, and peace. Those are three things that every man should be giving his woman: provision, protection, and peace. Just like we want peace, women want peace too. You ain't cheating, you ain't beating, you ain't misbehaving, you ain't cursing her out or belittling her character. You showing love, you giving her peace. So at the end of the day, to protect that young woman, knowing how your parents are, he should have been on top of that. He should have never had came to his woman. So I blame him once again for knowing that that's not the type of woman that you could feel comfortable with in public. Then you shouldn't have got with her. B, if that's not the type of, if you're not man enough to talk to your parents and not have to come to her and tell her to change, you should have been stepping to your parents saying nothing gonna change. Then you need to ask yourself about that. But then I go back to the young lady. What is about you ladies that are gravitating men like that can't be a man to their parents? What is about that young lady? I want to ask her, girl, what made you stick with this right here for a whole year? What was it about this dude here that made you feel like that you could feel comfortable that he would be a provider of peace, provision, and protection? Because when it came to doing it, a year and a half later, he couldn't even stand up to his own parents. So you know he's not going to stand up to life.
Wow.
If you can't stand up to your own parents who you've been around, they love you. They take you through thick and thin and everything else. Life don't care nothing about you. So if he can't stand up for her in life, there is no, against his parents, there is no way he can stand up for her in a lifetime. And she should ask herself, why do I gravitate these type of men into my life? What do I need to change to get a man that will give me provision, peace, protection?
There you go. Pastor Rob, go ahead.
I'm just gonna tell you to hit the button, man.
Yeah, we gotta hit it on that one, man. I'm telling you, yo, Andre is dropping bombs on us tonight, man. So I promised y'all we were gonna talk about both sides, right? So we talked about the men. We talked about the men for a little bit. I got something else I want to share, and I know our time is about to get a little bit short. but we're gonna do this anyway. Let me see. Oh, here it is. Let me see if I can. Y'all bear with me just 1 second. I'm struggle streaming just a little bit.
I figured it out on my own.
All right, let me back it up. All right, here we go. Uh-oh. There we go. All right, here we go.
Let me say something. When I was down financially, I never called any man that I was dating. You know who I called? I called Shay. She would give me $5 for gas. Or I called Allison. Allison couldn't give me no money, but Allison at least gave me some of her food so that I could have something to eat for lunch. When I have trouble with stuff around the house or my car or things of that nature, I never called a man that I was dating. Why? Because they wouldn't come through. Or if they did come through, there was some BS that came with it. You know, I called my dad, or I figured it out on my own. When I have my emotional moments, I'm feeling some kind of way, I'm confused, I'm hurt, I need some guidance, I need somebody to help calm me down. You know who I call? My best friend, Ebony, or I call my mom. I don't call the men that I'm dating in my life. Why? Because to them, I'll be too emotional. I'll be too needy. Well, my homegirls that were single parents, when they needed help with their kids, they never called their child's father because they weren't reliable. Who did they call? They called their sisters. They called their cousins. They called their family members, and they called me. Let me pick up my kid real quick. Sure, I got it. I'll sit here with them. So the fact that men aren't needed anymore, it's on you. You created this. When you meet a woman, you want her to need you. You see her car dirty, go wash it. If you're dating her, take her keys. Go put gas in the car. You see something broke around the house, fix it. Call somebody to come fix it if you don't know how to do it. Trash. If you go to her house and you see her trash full, take it out. Those little things will let her know that you're on her team and she can rely on you. Because as single women, we can only call men and ask for so much before we consider gold diggers, needy, too emotional, or we just looking for somebody to take care of us. No, I need help. We all need help right now. This is tough. If you want me to need you, then you got to show me that I can need you. So until then, guess what? You're just going to be wanted. As soon as that want is no longer there, meaning you don't make me happy, you're not bringing me joy, you're not bringing me peace, you're now making me cry, you're bringing me struggle, you're making my head hurt, you're hurting my feelings, you got to go. I don't need to work this out with you because I don't need you. Make yourself needed. If you can't do it financially, do it emotionally. If you can't do it emotionally, do it financially. You can't do either one of those, help around the house. Put food in the fridge. Do something. And thing. I can order that like it's pizza now. So ask yourself why you're not needed. And that will probably be the answer that you need so that she will need you.
Yo, she said do something. Do something. Andre, what do you think, man?
I saw this video earlier, and what I was doing with my phone, I was trying to find my Facebook response because I gave a really good response to it early this morning. But what I find is this, ladies, the mistake that I see women today, they live in hindsight. No offense, ladies. 2020 is hindsight. You can see it all. You can see all the flaws and mistakes and all the mess ups and how he wasn't any good and how I should have made a different choice in hindsight. But you chose Pookie. Statistics show that Pookie has over 80% of all children. Pookie and Ray Ray. Statistics show that the average male, whether it be black or white, will be 30 if he hasn't 30, and he'll be a virgin, or he hasn't had sex in the last year. So you can't say there was at least 30% of men. You can't say was the baby daddies. At the end of the day, ladies, you have to realize your choices. Men know this by nature because men know that if I don't work, I don't eat. We ain't got no government that's gonna lean that we can lean on like you ladies do. And no offense to you. My point in saying this is very important. Don't think that I'm attacking you. Once women realize that there are repercussions for actions and nobody's gonna rescue you, all of a sudden you start to realize having hot girl summer comes with repercussions. Getting pregnant by men that care less about you comes with repercussions. So you have to realize these things, ladies. I know life in the United States, especially, is always something you can bounce back on. You can bounce back on WIC. You can bounce back on SNAP programs. You can bounce back on child support. Bounce back on sex. There's always something to spring back. If you lose your job, there's unemployment. You have to realize there's not always something to bounce back on. And now this lady in this video is frustrated because all her choices that she's made never gave her any solid fruit, but they were all her choices. The men that she says that if I ask them to do something, then they're gonna want something in return. You chose that dude. Well, I only got only men that I could deal with is they don't want to come help, so I got to call my daddy. You chose those men. Ladies, there's repercussions for every action that you make, and men already know this. And men are willing to accept this. Hey, if it works out, cool. If it don't, hey, I understand. But that's the one thing that I took from this video is that she never took responsibility for all the choices that got her to this point. And I'm going to end it with this. I learned this years ago. Life is a mathematical equation. Ladies, if you want to remember anything I've said tonight, life is a mathematical equation. You are either, as soon as you wake up, you're either adding something, subtracting something, multiplying something, or dividing something in your life. Every day, all day. All of us are like that. You're either adding something or someone, multiplying something or someone, dividing somebody or someone, or subtracting somebody or someone or something in your life all day long. And remember, at the end of all equations is an equal sign. And if your life right now equals at the end of your adding, subtracting, adding, dividing, and multiplying all the way through your life, and your equal signs equal to what she's going through, you have to ask yourself, what or who have I been adding to my life? Who should have had added to my life, but I subtracted? Who did I continue to multiply? What type of girlfriends am I multiplying in my life? And who am I dividing myself away from when I should have multiplied those people in my life? And once the equal sign happens, then you get a chance to see the newness of life. You're like, you know what? Now I realize I need to divide these people out and multiply these people in. I need to go ahead and subtract that person, then add that person into my life. But if you sit back, you think life is not an equation, a mathematical equation, it is for all of us. And so just because you feminine, you got your eyelashes and your hips and your lips and your fingertips, life is still an equation that at the end of the day is going to have results behind that equal sign, whether you want to accept it or not.
Right, absolutely. And before I go to Pastor Rob, man, it goes back to what we were talking about just a little bit ago. What is it about you that's attracting that? You understand what I'm saying? Because let's just be honest. 9 times out of 10, we see the red flags up front. We just choose to ignore them. You understand? We already know what type of time these people on, but we choose to ignore it anyway. And I think that, and Jordan Peterson said this, if women would not choose those kinds of men, if women would choose better, and I'm paraphrasing, if women would choose better, men would ultimately become better. Now, it's up to the men to become better too. But if women say, you know what, we're not dealing with the Pookies and Ray Rays anymore. If we just snapped our fingers, I wish I had the Thanos button like our boy KS. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
But if women just snap their fingers and none of us are dealing with Pookies and Ray Rays anymore, I would guess that you probably wouldn't see that many Pookies and Ray Rays anymore.
No.
You know, Pastor Rob, what do you got?
Well, listening to the video, from what I heard, number one, if you got Pookie and Ray Ray staying in your house, don't work, and that Negro won't take out the garbage, that's a problem. Okay, you've been at work all day. Okay, you come home, you still gotta cook, wash clothes, fold clothes, wash dishes, and he's been on your couch playing video games. Let's keep it real, smoking weed off of your money. You know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, the nigga took you to work in your car, and you really ain't upset about it. I blame you. Okay? And he's not going to get better 9 times out of 10 because guess what? Maybe his daddy did it. The Bible teaches us, train a child up in the way they should go. When they get old, they would not depart from it. So the problem is we don't have enough real men, godly men, teaching our young men how to really be men. Because you want to get technical about it, me and Jay, I think JD talked about it on last week. Number one, it's the man's job anyway to take care of the house. Let's just keep it real. It's the man's job. So guess what? If when me and my wife got married, right? If she don't want to work, I should be able to take care of this house regardless. You see what I'm saying? So the problem is a lot of women, I'm just going to be honest, most of these women that got these no good men, that's what they want. That's what they want. Let's just be real. That's what they want. I know what I want in life. You know what you want in life, right? And you're not going to go for anything that you don't want in life. A lot of these women want a man they got to take care of because they feel like they can tell that man what to do. So our men need to stand up and be real men and live by what, number one, the word of God tells us to do. A man's supposed to lead, not follow. Let me say it again. Lead and not follow. Too many men are following and not leading. That's why we're in the predicament that we're in today. Because men don't want to lead.
There you go. Man. Go ahead, Andre.
I remember earlier that you mentioned that women ignore the red flags. I don't think so. At this point in time, I don't think so. I often say women accept the red flags and they ignore the white flags. White flags, women are willing to accept his red flags because the red flags are right in your face. He's smoking that. He ain't got no. He ain't driving no. He got an extra and 3 more. You see them. You can't ignore them. So you've accepted the red flags. What women ignore are the white flags. Now, what's the white flags? Whenever military is ready to give up on fighting for something, what do they wave? The white flag. Women can be with a dude for 3 years. He gave up on a relationship in 3 months, girl. He already waved that white flag. I ain't cooking. I ain't cleaning. I ain't taking care of none of the kids. I ain't about to go get no job. I ain't gonna sit up there and stop cheating on you. He been waving the white flag for months. You've been with him for 5-6 years, thinking that he ain't gonna be with you. He already waved the white flag. I give up on this relationship. I'm just using you for sex. I'm just using you because it's wintertime and I need a place to keep a roof over my head. I'm using you because you let me go in your purse and take a few dollars out every blue moon. I'm waving the white flag. Men will wave the white flag in the middle of the relationship battle. Balance for the growth of relationship, and men do it all. The ladies, if you take anything from this and you want to put it and share with other women, Stop telling your girlfriends, girl, you just ignored the red flags. That sister saw the red flags and accepted them. Women accept red flags. They ignore when the man is waving the white flag and he ain't gonna do nothing for you. He ain't taking out that garbage. He ain't going to go fill out that job application. He ain't going to go get that promotion, even if he got a job. You've been in the same position at Wendy's for the last 4 years and they got no promotion into nothing. He's waving the white flag. He ain't help you with the kids. He ain't changed no diapers, no Pampers. He ain't set up there and potty train the kids. You did all that. Years have gone by of a man waving the white flag and you steady ignore the white flag. We already know that you crazy enough to accept the red flag, but you ignore the white flag. And that's why that lady in that video is in that situation, because she kept ignoring the fact that every man that came in her life after a while, like, she ain't worth this fight. I had sex with her. I had some drinks with her. I smoked some weed with her. I played some spades with her. Dominoes. I played some dominoes with her.
Come on, man.
Church, I'll sit on the church pew with her. I'll sit on the church pew with her. But I ain't, as far as on my end, watch me fighting for nothing. And he waving that white flag, and you've been with him for years. He's steady up there like this with the white flag.
But you know, JD know me, right? I have to be real, right? In my 20s, I was that man. I was that man with the white flag.
Me too. Yeah.
And I was that man because I knew I can play off that with certain women. You see what I'm saying? I knew that I can do that, right? And if I knew I can do it, I'm gonna do it as long as I can do it. You see what I'm saying? Until I think y'all can say what you want to say about R. Kelly, right? But that's my man, right? He made one of the perfect songs. When a woman is fed up, it ain't nothing you can do about it, right? So women have to get to the point when you fed up, you're fed up. You're gonna stop letting Pookie and Ray Ray do you that way. But until you're fed up, you're gonna continue to allow that to happen. And I was that Pookie, I was that Ray Ray because I knew I can play off a woman that way. You see what I'm saying? Until I came to my senses and became a godly man, and then I became.
Right. But I was even worse. I was Pookie and Ray Ray in a suit. So it was. They thought I was the nicest. They thought they like. Listen, I might not be able to be intimate with my. I was the college professor in their mind, not just another college student. I ain't sleeping with my pastor, but he pastor-ish. You see what I'm saying? I was smooth with it. I'm not sleeping with pastor, but Andre's pastor-ish. He's pastor right-hand dude. Him a pastor like this. They golfing together. I was worse than, at least the women could sit back and point and say, there's Pookie Ray Ray. He got his pants hanging down, or he's got an attitude, or he's angry with life. Oh no, I was the exact opposite. Good job, nice car, living in the suburbs, and I'm going through them.
Right.
I'm going through it. I'm waiting. I got the white flag the white flag where everybody else on 4th of July got the American flag hanging out. I got the white flag hanging out. As soon as you walk through my door, I'm waving the white flag. Welcome to my website, the spider to the fly. I ain't giving you nothing good in a relationship. And like you said, once I became a godly man and start focusing on my inner self, and like the Nation of Islam and my Sunni Muslim brothers say, your higher man, I started to realize, like, Andre, this is what got me. You're burning time. You're burning time, Andre. Okay, now you're 40. You gonna keep this going? Oh, now you're 42. Oh, you're gonna keep this going, huh? So you keep this going. It was cute when you was 22 and when you're 23. Now you're gonna let it keep going. You can keep it going, Dre? So I had to realize I had to come to reality, and I had to wave the white flag on me and say, I give up fighting to be that type of person. And I want to renew the type of man who I deserve to be and who I actually knew who I was. I knew I was a good dude. I'm just trying. It was a reason why I was always well dressed, well versed, well behaved, well read, and even in the hood. It was a reason for it, but I'm too busy trying to be like Pookie and Ray. And so I'm thinking it because that's what the ladies want. Because they don't want the bookworm dudes. So I pretend to be the Pookie and the Ray in the suit, knowing that I was just burning my life energy. Time was going by. God looking at his watch like, boy, what are you doing? I got women over here that you deserve to have, and you over there trying to chase the women that you ain't got no business even being around. What are you doing? If you don't let that girl with that pink hair and them red hair and that orange hair and that blue hair go and come on over here. And so that's when I started to realize that my energy was not made for certain atmospheres. Not saying that I'm better than, but I'm saying is certain dudes can get away with certain things with certain groups of women. I can't get away with my behavior or my mindset with all groups of women. And I've come to peace with that I gravitate women that I can take to the fundraiser and I can introduce the mayor to, and I can go on a play bowling, be on a bowling team with. You see what I'm saying? So, and I embrace that. But my point in saying all that is just like Pastor was saying, you know, you go through that stage of Pookie and Ray, but you have to grow out of that, whether it be spiritually, whether it be mentally. You cannot be in your 40s and 50s and still have in 60s. I know dudes that come out to the other side of the world and they get a new zest of life and got a few dollars in their pocket, and it starts all over again. Now they 71, 72 alone, body broke down, and there's a Sasua Dominican Republic, body broke down, can't even walk, and hope one of those young girls that they're paying come by and just prop up their pillow.
I'm trying to tell you, man. And listen, the thing of it is that Andre and Pastor Rob, I'm so glad for you all's honesty, because we keep it real over here, right? Now, if women want to be with the kind of men that they say that they want, ladies, you got to do something. You got to sacrifice something, right? Men, in reverse, if you want the type of women that you say that you want, you need to be producing. You have to produce something. You can't say, because, and I believe y'all would agree with me. Men, we're judged and ranked by what we produce, because women want a man that can provide and protect, right? So you got to be able to produce and show your work. You got to be able to show your receipts. You know, I'm still in my starter house right now, right? Planning on moving. But even now, I can move my wife in and we be good. You understand what I'm saying? I'm taking care of everything now. So when I move her in, she good. You got to be able to show your work. And ladies, if you want a man that is showing his work like that, then you're going to have to do something too. You just can't say, oh, well, you have to accept me for who I am. No, that man wants something. We were talking earlier, and I said men want steak. You go to a restaurant and you want steak, and then the waiter comes back and says, oh, we don't have steak, we have chicken. Well, I want a steak. No, you don't. I have chicken. You should like this chicken the way it is. Well, no, that's not what I came here for. And if you're not going to give me steak, then I'm going to get up and walk away. Oh, well, he must be gay. There's something, who hurt you? You understand what I'm saying? Y'all, come on, that's the best I can do right now with the voice. But y'all, yeah, come on,
that
Andre.
Minnie Mouse voice, boy. You straight from Orlando, Disney.
You understand what I'm saying? But yeah, hey, y'all, we almost out of time.
But I do.
Go ahead.
No, I'm with you because I'm an advocate of hypergamy. I am an advocate. I put that out there. I am an advocate of hypergamy, meaning that a woman should look for a man on the next level. A man should get his life to the position that if I pay 100% of the bills without her, I can still be able to pay 100%, at least 90% of the bills with her. You should get your life to that point. I remember on Facebook, a young man asked a group of us, he said, well, if all the younger women start dating older men, well, who's going to date me? We all said you should be focusing in your 20s and 30s on building the man that you need to be. So when you become the older man, you can scoop up all the good women that are younger than you as well. You should put yourself in the position. Put your life in a position where you mentally, spiritually, economically, socially, in other words, you got network connections. You're not some dude. I have no time to sit around playing video. I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna confess something I never told anybody. If you put a video controller in my hand right now and say, Andre, you get 100,000 if you could turn it on and play this video game. I guess I lost out. I guess I go ahead and give me some crypto because I know nothing about video games. And not saying that I'm better. I just never had the time to. And so my networking was always outside on the golf course, or whether it be, like I say, it may be some professionals playing, they may be playing poker, or they may be playing a spades game or dominoes, or they may be in a bowling, or I'm part of Toastmasters International. So even here in Colombia, as well as in the United States, I'm part of public speaking. All these things other than just sitting around playing a video game. I never was that dude. So I can't even tell you how I've seen them, I've held them, but I couldn't tell you nothing about how to use a controller. Nothing. And I'm proud of the fact that some dudes do know how to play the games and some of us don't. That doesn't make either one of us better than each other. What I'm saying is life is long, but life is fast.
Right.
Life is long, but life is fast because I'm 54.
I like that.
And I was 24 3 weeks ago. And any man could tell you that. Any real man would tell you that. Those older dudes, we could tell you, listen, 15 minutes ago, I was 32. Don't sit back and think that life is, I'm 32 and these my party years and I got all the all right, go ahead. Go ahead, youngster. I'll see you in 2 weeks. I'll see you in 2 weeks
Right.
at 54.
Right.
They just do not realize life happens. There's an old quote that says that youth is wasted on the young.
Yep. That's a very good point, man. Look, let me hit it. Listen, y'all, we are out of time. Pastor Rob, do you have any closing thoughts, man?
Only thing I'm gonna say is I wish I would have known what I know now when I was in my 20s. So if there's anyone that's watching that's in your 20s, I'm 41 years old. If I would have known what I known in my 20s, I'd be a whole lot better than what I am now. So listen, learn. Listen, we ain't got all this gray or getting gray just to be getting it. You know, listen, take this wisdom, take it and use it. Use it to the best of your ability so you won't be like we were in our 20s and even 30s to get to where you need to be. And it's our job to train these young men better than what they are now.
I can dig it. Man, listen, we getting ready to get up out of here, y'all. Please don't forget to hit the like button on your way out. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Y'all, we are going to have more and more discussions like this as the weeks go by. We're going to start trying to ramp it up a little bit and start getting more frequency, right? Because we've been consistent with pretty much once a week, but we need to get that frequency up. So we're gonna wrap it up a little bit. Andre, thank you so much for coming, man. You can come back anytime. Pastor Rob, he already knows he can come back. Andre, tell the people where we can find you at.
Love Crossing Borders TV. Easy title, Love Crossing Borders. As soon as you put in Love Crossing, it's gonna pop up automatically.
Yeah, it's gonna come up.
And Mostly Money TV. We have a political channel in which we talk about everything from Social Security to other programs that are out there to get monies out to those that are still trying to come back from 2020 when it came to, having to deal with the pandemic and being locked in the house. So there are a lot of programs out there stateside that are giving money away to help people out. And so we dedicate our channel to that, as well as some of the changes that are taking place in Social Security and Veterans Affairs. When we talk about SSI, SSDI, Retire Railroad, Representative Payee, as well as survivors. And that's Mostly Money TV.
Men, you need to subscribe to the channel, man. You got to learn about your finances and what's going on around you. So, y'all, it's your boy JD, aka Mr. December. Until next time, y'all vibe with me. We out, y'all. Peace. Andre, check your email, man. After this, I'm gonna be in with you, man.
Okay, cool.
All right, peace, brother.
You too, brother.